I love him to death. Yes. I love you, boy. I always do. He's my cute little Yorkie puppy. Yes, he is. I love my little Yorkie puppy. I love you, Squeaver. I'm wearing my Tom and Jerry hoodie. I just put it on. I was gonna put it on before I left, but didn't have the time. Anyway, sorry, Blake and Connor are not here. They went bowling without me today because I had something else planned today. I had to go to a retirement party. My coworker Cindy, she yeah, she's retiring and I wanted to go congratulate her. Hey, bud. Ow. So, while I was at my party, sorry, I put my, I was, sorry for not talking for For the minute I wasn't talking in this video. As you saw, I was putting my money in my money jar. Anyway, while I was at my party, I ended up watching, well, it wasn't my party, it was my coworker Cindy's party. I was watching, a video of the 9/11 attacks. And I said, can't believe it's been, 23 years since it all happened. It happened, the 23-year anniversary was yesterday. I was 4 years old when it happened. I was in preschool. And let's have a moment of silence for all that. Thank you. Anyway, I got a new album. Coldplay's 7th album. And the third in 2010s, because and second one within a year. Cause this was the follow-up to Ghost Stories the year prior in 2014. Yeah, no. I just need to get Ghost Stories. Last year in 2020, yeah. Now for the last 7 years, 8 for next year, marked the decade next year is 2025. We're commemorating the decade year anniversaries of albums. 2017 marked 30 years since A Momentary Lapse of Reason was released. 40 years of Animals. And 50 years of The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, I had something at the door that just arrived just now. In 2018, we commemorated the 50-year anniversary of A Saucer Full of Secrets, which is one of the only Pink Floyd albums without leading up to 10 tracks. Then 2019 marked 50 years of Pink Floyd's, 2 albums by Pink Floyd. The first one was More. The second one was Amagama. 10 years of the album 21st Century Breakdown. We also saw the release of Coldplay's Everyday Life. Also in 2018, we commemorated 10 years of Viva La Vida or Death and All His Friends. In 2019, we commemorated the 50-year anniversary of 2 Pink Floyd albums, More and Amagama. 10 years of 21st Century Breakdown. Also, 2017 marked 20 years of Nimrod as well. We also saw the release of, also in 2019, like I said, twice we commemorated the 50 years anniversary of More and Gamma, both by Pink Floyd, 10 years of 21st Century Breakdown by Green Day, then and also saw the follow-up to Coldplay's A Head Full of Dreams, their 8th album, Viva La, which is Everyday Life, their 8th. Their 8th studio album. Which is a double album on one disc, separated into two halves. You got the sunrise, because the first half is sunrise, and the second half is sunset. Luke Bryan did sunrise, sunburn, sunset. That's a Luke Bryan song. In 2020, it was the 20-year anniversary of Green Day's Warning album, and also the 20-year anniversary. And we also saw the release of their '13th album, Father of All. I'm not gonna say the M word because it's a bad word, because it has that F-bomb in it. And it also was and it was also the 20-year anniversary as well of Green Day, of Coldplay's And it was 2020 was also the 20-year anniversary of when Coldplay and Linkin Park released um, their very first album. Because Coldplay released Parachutes in 2000. Tom thought it was funny. Because like I said, Coldplay released their first album, Parachutes. Tom thought it was funny. Tom thought it was funny. I keep getting interrupted by Tom. Because gotta get my and 2020 also marked the 20-year anniversary, like I said, of when Coldplay and the Linkin Park released their very first studio albums. I thought it was funny, because Coldplay released Parachutes in 2000, and that's Coldplay's first album and the only album before the 9/11 attacks. Linkin Park released Hybrid Theory also in 2000, and it was also their first album. And also the only album before that Linkin Park released before 9/11 attacks. Tom thought it was funny. But Hybrid Theory has their original lead singer, Chester Bennington. Not Emily Armstrong. Not Emily Armstrong. But also in 2020, we also commemorated the 30-year anniversary of 39 4 / smooth. They did the same thing this year with coming out with a new album, 30-year anniversary of Dookie, And coming up, the 20-year anniversary of American Idiot. Their new album is called Saviors. It's their new album. Their 14th album. And not only that, 2020 was when the pandemic hit, the COVID pandemic. And 1 year later, in 2021, we would commemorate the 20-year anniversary of 9/11 and the 50 years of Metal by Pink Floyd. No. Let's talk about 2020 still. 2020 also marked 50 years of Adam Hartmother. Then, but Linkin Park released their second album in 2003, Meteora. Coldplay released their second album in 2002, A Rush of Blood to the Head. But in 2021, we commemorated the 50-year anniversary of Metal by Pink Floyd, MEDDLE. "20 years of Kerplunk, in which Welcome to Paradise was introduced. Then, and it also was the year my dad's cousin Tony passed away as well. It even marked 10 years of Coldplay's Milo Xyloto album. We even saw a new album come out that year too by Coldplay, Music of the Spheres. Oh yeah, and 2020 also marked 40 years of U2's album Boy. 20 years of All That You Can't Leave Behind. Also by U2. And 2001 also, no, 2002, and also 2021 also marked 40 years of U2's second album, October. Also in 2017 was when we marked when the 20-year anniversary of U2's album Pop, and 30 years of the Joshua Tree as well. Then 2 years ago, this album is A Head Full of Dreams. Then 2 years ago in 2022, Pink Floyd, we also commemorated the 50-year anniversary of Obscured by Clouds, the Pink Floyd's seventh album and soundtrack to the French film La Vallée. And not only that, they had to release a new song for the war in Ukraine, and the Russian invasion and protests along with it. And we also commemorated the 10-year anniversary of Green Day's trilogy albums. The first one was Uno, which has Billy Joe Armstrong's face. Uno means one in Spanish. It's also a card game. Then there's Dos, which has Mike Dirnt's face. Dos is also a card game. It's a sequel to Uno. Dos means two in Spanish. Then you got Trey, which has Trey Cool's face. It's also his self-titled album as well. Not counting the other band members of Green Day. And Trey's means three in Spanish. And it's bleh, bleh, wah, bleh. And yes, 2022 also marked 20 years of Coldplay's Russian Blood to the Head. I heard the scientist while at the retirement party today. And it was the album version. Time! Excuse me. And last year marked 50 years of The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. 10 years of, 20 years of, Linkin Park's second album, Meteora. The 20-year anniversary includes one more song that didn't make it onto the album. Lost. It took them 20 years to record and then release that song as a single. Because it was recorded during the Meteora sessions. And now Linkin Park has a new album coming out. And they even have a new lead singer. It's the first one without two co-founding members. Chester Bennington and Rob Borden. Spelled Bourdon instead of Borden. The new lead singer is named Emily Armstrong, who has the same last name as Billie Joe Armstrong of Green Day, but they're not related. And last year, 2023, also marked 10 years of One Republic's album Native. Also, 2019 also marked 10 years of Waking Up by One Republic. 2016 marked the release of Revolution Radio. 10 years of One Republic's album Native. No, not Native. Dreaming Out Loud. And last year marked 30 years, like I said, of Dookie, 30 years of the Division Bell, the decade year of Pink Floyd. And this year marks the decade year of two Pink Floyd albums, two Green Day albums, 3 Jim Carrey movies. Jim Carrey, you got Ace Ventura, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber for, like I said, for Green Day, we saw the release of their 14th album, Saviors. And the 30-year anniversary of Dookie. And 20-year anniversary of American Idiot. And for Pink Floyd, the 10-year anniversary of The Endless River. The 30-year anniversary of The Division Bell. And next year will be Wish You Were Here. The 50-year anniversary of Wish You Were Here. Also in 2018, we commemorated the 40-year anniversary of David Gilmour's first solo album, which is self-titled. Also this year, we commemorate the 30-year anniversary of Pink Floyd's album, The Division Bell, and the album, the 10-year anniversary of The Endless River. David Gilmour released his brand new album last Friday called Luck and Strange. And it also marked the 40-year anniversary of his About Face album. And not only that, this year marks, last year, 2023, marked the 40-year anniversary of War by U2. And this year marks the 40-year anniversary of the album The Unforgettable Fire. 10 years of, and it's also the 10th year anniversary of Ghost Stories. And now they're coming out with a new album called Moon Music. On next month, on October 4th, 2024. And next year, not only that, we will commemorate the 50-year anniversary of Pink Floyd's album, Wish You Were Here. Oh yeah, and 2022 was also 20 years since I graduated preschool. The 20-year anniversary of Let Go by Avril Lavigne. And next year, we will commemorate the 10-year anniversary of Coldplay's 7th studio album, which I have right here. A Head Full of Dreams, which is their 7th album, and their second one in a year. excuse me, time. And in 2026, we will commemorate 10 years of Revolution Radio. Yeah, 2016 was a leap year. And not only that, in 2025, next year, it'll mark 20 years of Avril Lavigne's second album, Under My Skin. And 20 years of X and Y by Coldplay. 2017 also marked 10 years of Avril Lavigne's third album, The Best Thing. I do not want to say the D word because it's a bad word. And 2021 also marked 10 years of Goodbye Lullaby. That's crazy. How time flies. And so, let's get into the album itself. Just like with American Idiot, the album, also 2017 marked 40-year anniversary, the 40-year anniversary of News of the World. 2020 marked 50 years of Queen's first album. No. Queen's second and third albums, actually. The works also turns 40 this year. Well, let's get into the album itself. The album A Head Full of Dreams. Huh. So, oh yeah, and before Doing so, let's have a moment of silence here for James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones passed away on Monday. He voiced, he played a Darth Vader in the Star Wars series. He was in The Sandlot. He did the voice of Mufasa in both the animated version of The Lion King from 1994 and the real life remake version of The Lion King from 2019. This year, 2024, marks 30 years since. Tom, it's not funny. Since the Lion King and the animated version of The Lion King was released. So let's have a moment of silence. I gotta silence my phone right now. Ow! That felt peachy. Thank you. 2020 was also when Utah had the earthquake here. Anyway, let's get into the album itself. Just gotta look at these notifications first. Jumping Jack Flash.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our store. Perfect target. Yes. And she would. Hey! Stop! What seems to be the problem, officer?
Alcohol is the one thing I don't like about being an adult, no.
So, excuse me. This album was released on December 4th, 2020, 2015. On the 11-year anniversary of my mom's passing from a heart attack. She was found dead. She was found dead in the middle of the night. I hear it. Anyway, like with the song Moon Music from their upcoming 10th album of the same title, Milo Xyloto, also by Coldplay, which transitions into Hurts Like Heaven. And I heard Hurts Like Heaven yesterday on the way to work. And the Music of the Spheres 1, Music of the Spheres Part 1. The title track is track 1, the Music of the Spheres Part 2 is track 9, just like with Linkin Park's One More Light. Except, this song doesn't transition into the next. Same with American Idiot, the song. But Music of the Spheres Part 1 does transition into Higher Power. Music of the Spheres Part 2, which is track 9 on Music of the Spheres, the album. It's also the shortest track on the album as well. Transitions into My Universe, which is a collaboration with the Korean pop band BTS. Milo Xyloto, the song, which, like I said, that song transitions into Hurts Like Heaven. Basically, because it's the The intro to Hurts Like Heaven. I am going to unsilence my phone right now. Then track 2 is Birds. This is the third time Coldplay did a song of the same title by which Imagine Dragons did another song of the same title as well. Oh yeah, and also 2022 marked 10 years of Night Visions as well. And next year will mark 10 years of Smoke and Mirrors, by the Imagine Dragons album. 2020 marked the Lifehouse album, Smoke and Mirrors, 10-year anniversary. Because first they did Trouble. Coldplay did Trouble first. Coldplay and Imagine Dragons did Trouble and Amsterdam on their first two albums. But for Coldplay, Trouble is on their first album. Parachutes, it's track 6. Trouble is track 6. Followed by the title track. Which is the shortest song in the album.
Mario Kart 3.
Then Amsterdam is track 11 by Coldplay is on their second album, A Rush of Blood to the Head. Coming on right after the title track, it closes out the album. And Birds on this album comes right after the title track as well. Oh yeah, and I should mention that the video of the title track is longer as well.
Let's go.
The
Okay.
beginning of the song is longer in the music video. Because the instrumentation is longer in the music video. The piano solo. Because you would hear the dialogue. Because you would hear a dialogue over the instrumentation. Wacky Darman Boing. Wacky Darman Boing. Wacky Darman Boing. You might be good blood, Talent. And birds. Wacky Darman Boing. Wacky Darman Boing. Who did that Wacky Darman Boing? The top thought it was funny. Oh, who made me fall off? I must catch up. Wacky Darman Boing. Wacky Darman Boing. Wacky Darman Boing. And the band members are riding bikes into a concert. Yeah, the music video was filmed at a concert, just like football. Like Pixie, but it's just Chris Martin walking out to the concert. Wacky Darman Boing. 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 Don't make me fall off, not again. Birds. That's the second track on this album. Wacky Darman Boing, Wacky Darman Boing. Wacky Darman Boing. Wacky Darman Boing. You eat my banana, Delic. Who did that? Wacky Darman Boing, 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 Wacky Darman Boing. Sorry, I'm playing Mario Kart. Then, Amsterdam is track 6 on Imagine Dragons' first album, Falling Studio album, Night Visions. Wacky Darman Boing, Wacky Darman Boing, Wacky Darman Boing. Trouble is track 10 on their second album. And the time link's different as well. Coldplay's version of Trouble is 4 minutes. The Imagine Dragons version of Trouble is 3 minutes, and they both start with a piano, but Coldplay's version goes do 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 do. The Imagine Dragons version is much faster. Imagine Dragons version of Trouble starts off with "Oh, quiet down, I had enough. I guess it's now or never." The Coldplay version of Trouble starts off with "Oh no, I see the spider web is tangled up with me." Okay, I just did that to myself. Who put that there? Don't put that there. I was gonna do a trick. Let me see what the lyrics to Bird start off with. It starts off with when Ben standing in the corner, studying the lights. The dreaming of escaping will keep you up at night. But the flares someone had put the flares up, got me in the rays. No. RAYS, not RAISE. So I guess I better stay and say, no, come on, you say. The Imagine Dragons one starts off 2 hearts, 1 valve. Pumping the blood, we were the flood. We were the body and 2 lives, 1 life. Sticking it out to letting you down, making it right. Milo Xyloto had Up with the Birds, and it's also mentions one of their songs on this album. Just like with Everything's Not Lost, parentheses including hidden track Life is for Living. From the album, quote, Life is for Living, and a quote from the album Parachutes, which mentions their album and their song Lost. And Imagine Dragons and Maroon 5, which is also the same title to a Maroon 5 song and also Linkin Park as well. And 3 songs by Coldplay and Imagine Dragons that have a song with the same title, and 3 songs by Maroon 5 and Coldplay. 1 by Linkin Park and Coldplay to share the same title. Maroon 5 and Coldplay, they did a Shiver both on their first album, Daylight with, and the one song by Taylor Swift and Coldplay as well. Maroon 5 did Daylight on their album Overexposed. That starts off with that Oblivion singing. Because here I am waiting. Who put that there? It starts off with here I am waiting. I'll have to leave soon. Why am I holding on? Coldplay did not release Daylight. Taylor Swift did not release Daylight. Maroon 5 released Daylight. Maroon 5, Coldplay, and Linkin Park released Lost. Maroon 5 did not release Sugar. Yeah, they did. I meant to say was Maroon 5 did not release it. Who put that there? They did. What? I meant to say that. Maroon 5 did not release Shiver. Coldplay did. Coldplay released Trouble. Imagine Dragons didn't. Coldplay released Birds, Not Up with the Birds. So did so did Coldplay. So did Imagine Dragons. Well, they didn't release Birds as a single, actually. Then there's Him for the Weekend which features Beyonce. And it almost mentions a song I know by Loverboy called Working for the Weekend. Working for the Weekend. Which has the same initials for as Waiting for the Bus. No, not Waiting for the Bus. Waiting for the Worms. Waiting for the Worms. Both titles have For the in it. The phrase for the in it. For the in it. The phrase for the in it. Then track. Tom thought it was funny. Then there's Everglow. And it almost mentions an Excess song with JD Fortune in it. And almost mentions a Taylor Swift song of the same title as well. Afterglow, but with one word change. And 2 letter changes as well. Then there's Adventure of a Lifetime. This is the album version. And the music video is longer as well. Tom thought it was funny. When I heard the song, it was the music video. It did not have the vocals at the beginning. During the intro of the song, I was watching the music video at Connor's house. It doesn't show the band members. Instead, it shows the these gorillas singing, lip singing and dancing to the song. There's also the radio edit. Of the song, which is in 3 minutes 46 seconds. And then there's Fun, featuring Tove Lo. Whoever that is, I never heard of that person before. The name starts with the first letter of my name. And like the Chris Brown version of Fun, which is on Just Dance 2016, it is also a collab with because this is Coldplay featuring Tove Lo. The one on Just Dance 2016 is Pitbull featuring Chris Brown, which is really cool. Then there's Kaleidoscope, which they named their extended play after. It's the second shortest song on the album, and clocking out under 2 minutes. Then there's, hang on. And it has Barack Obama singing Amazing Grace on the song. And it also contains a poem. And then there's Army of One, which mentions a U2 song, One. And it's 6 minutes long. It includes a hidden track that has my first and last initials, called X Marks the Spot, which Chris Martin talks about treasure. And Elmer Fudd writes an X with his pickaxe. Pickaxe has the word X in it. In that Wacky Wabbit episode from Looney Tunes, but he's fat in that episode. But the song Army of One itself is 3 minutes and 23 seconds. But the track continues. But after the song ends, the track continues for another 2 minutes and 17 seconds. 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Why? The hidden track X Marks the Spot. X Marks the Spot is 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Then there's Amazing Day. I heard that song for the first time today. And kind of reminds me of a whisper from A Head Full of Dreams. Why? Because A Whisper is track 9 on A Head Full of Dreams. Mentions the album. No, it's... It starts with the letter A. Oh yeah, let me talk about Amsterdam really quick. No, and Amazing Days does the same thing. But A Whisper's initials is AW. Is A and W. Tom thought it was funny. Sorry I had to respond to Connor's message, text message, and respond to the YouTube comments that I got on a post I posted on Monday here on YouTube. A furry YouTuber named Coaster the T Fox. Excuse me. Tang. He went to see a doctor on Monday and found out he has COVID. So, hope you get feeling better hope you get feeling better, Coaster. But back on topic. Amazing Days initials is ED. Or but let me talk about Amsterdam and also A Head Full of Dreams. And the title track from Coldplay's second album, A Rush of Blood to the Head. Before moving on to track 10, Tom thought it was funny. The Coldplay version of Amsterdam starts with both melodies are different as well. Just like with the Trouble, also by Coldplay and Imagine Dragons. Birds, also by Imagine Dragons. Birds and by Coldplay and Imagine Dragons, and Up With the Birds, also up not by Coldplay. Up With the Birds transitions out of Don't Let It Break Your Heart. Because you would hear the piano. Birds doesn't transition out of anything, out of the title track, A Head Full of Dreams, or the song into the song Him for the Weekend. I don't know. I'll have to find out. But the Coldplay version starts off with the wind. This is Amsterdam. But the Imagine Dragons version doesn't. the melody is different. The time link's different. I have not heard the Imagine Dragons version of Birds for a while. But oh well. The first line in Coldplay's version of Amsterdam is, "Come on, the star is fading." And the Imagine Dragons version starts off with the line, "I'm sorry, mother. I'm sorry I let you down." Mom, yeah. Ow. But track 10 is Colored Spectrum, and like Alien Choir by Coldplay, also by Coldplay. And Infinity Sign also by Coldplay. And the music of this year's part 1 and the music of this year's part 2, both also by Coldplay. This one is really short, and it has it's styled as a symbol, but this one, it's the gay pride colors. And the color spectrum is the shortest song on the album. And color spectrum, it has Connor's first and middle initials, CS. And like I said, it's the shortest song in the album at the full 60 seconds, the full 1 minute. And like Pink Floyd's Speak to Me from Dark Side of the Moon, well, Speak to Me and Breathe, in the original version, you would hear, bring Pink Floyd's Bring the Boys Back Home from disc 2 of The Wall, you would hear sound effects throughout the album. It reuses the melody of A Head Full from the title track, A Head Full of Dreams. Oh yeah, and the title track, Beyonce and Chris Martin's vocals from Him for the Weekend. From Him for the Weekend. And Speak to Me, you would hear sound effects that are heard on the third track on the original and remaster of Dark Side of the Moon, because you would hear the plane crash and clock ticking from On the Run going into time. All right, let's go to Pink Floyd. Just know that the F-bomb is heard.
I've been mad for years, absolutely years. Over the age.
I had to take it out.
I'm working with bands
And on this album, you would hear the vocals from A Head Full of Dreams. No, the Hymn for the Weekend. And Hymn for the Weekend is track 3. And you would hear Chris Martin is saying, woo, 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 from Adventure of a Lifetime.
I've been mad for absolutely years. Over the age. I'm working with bands
And you would hear a line from the poem that's heard on Kaleidoscope, or track 7. And then that same poem. And then we close out with Up and Up, which is the longest song in the album at 6 minutes and 45 seconds. The radio edit is 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Before Music of the Spheres, back in 2021, this song was the longest song at 6 minutes and 45 seconds. But then they would release then 6 years later in 2021 Coloratura, they would release Music of the Spheres, their 9th album. And now the longest song Coldplay did, which also appears on that album. I wasn't talking about yes / Chinese sleep chant from Viva La Vida or Death and All His Friends, which is 7 minutes long. Chinese sleep chant is a hidden track combined with yes on track 6 on Viva La Vida or Death and All His Friends. Because yes is 4 minutes. Chinese sleep chant is 3 minutes. Now, and like I said, and as I was saying, now ever since they released Music of the Spheres, their 9th album in 2021, just 3 years ago, Coloratura is the longest song. That Coldplay made at 10 minutes long. 14 minutes if combined with Infinity Sign, which I heard on Tuesday, coming home from work. I was, excuse me, dang! I was walking home from the bus stop. It took me longer. It's been taking me longer to get home. Because I had to walk from this freaking temporary bus stop by closest to Washington Boulevard. Thanks a lot to the construction down on 300. And then rebuilding Roosevelt. Excuse me. But Up and Coloratura, they're not the only songs to be the last track. To be 6 minutes and longer. Because in the standard edition of Don't You Fake It by Red Jumpsuit of Paradise, you got the hidden track called The Grim Goodbye. And a few other, and you got Nothing Left to Say and Rocks from Night Visions, but when you take out Rocks, Nothing Left to Say is still the longest. It's still 6 minutes and longer. Tom thought it was funny. And a few other songs by Coldplay are 6 minutes and longer and are the last track. Because on Parachutes, you got Everything's Not Lost, including hidden track Life is for Living. Well, combined in one track. And you got 3 songs, track 5, track 6, and track 10 on Viva La Vida or Death and All His Friends. You got track 5 called Lovers in Japan, / Reign of Love, as listed on the album sleeve. And Chinese Sleep Chant. Chinese Sleep Chant being the hidden track, like I said, combined with Yes on track 6, which is the longest track at 7 minutes on the album. And you got a few songs later, Viva La Vida or Death and All His, and then you got Death and All His Friends, / parentheses, including hidden track, which starts with the first letter, starts and ends with the first letter of my name, called The Escapist, which has that album cycle. And this album, you got 2 tracks that are 6 minutes and longer. Track 8, Army of One, parentheses, including hidden track, quote, X marks the spot, end of quote, parentheses, which has my first and last initials. X marks the S spot. Time. Then there's and on their previous album, Ghost Stories, you got in the standard edition, you got Fly On. But usually when I hear a song that has a track that has 2 songs in one, and one of them being the hidden track, the listed song is first, and then the hidden track. But on Ghost Stories, it's the other way around. Because you get the hidden track Fly On first, and then, but in the standard edition, you get a moment of silence for 2 minutes and 26 seconds, going into O. And it's only 1 letter. I would rank it 10 out of 10. However, it's just my opinion. This is my first time doing a review by myself. Usually I do it with Connor. But you can feel free to disagree with it. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Please like the video, share the video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Tom thought it was funny. I gotta charge my phone. 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 Sorry about that, guys. Whenever I'm recording a live video and it's next to another electronic that's playing and playing the video that's being recorded live on a social media platform, it makes that squeaky noise. So sorry about that, which is why I have to turn it down. I had to use the restroom. Anyway, hopefully you'll see my friends on Saturday. Thank you for watching.